But here we are, the Fairy Village Woods. A little walk and talk. Not sure what to discuss actually. Well, actually, I did the video last night. Talked a bit about Biden winning by a certain amount. Well, now they've taken it back a bit. They seem to have taken 11 points off him for some reason. Well, it's projected. That's the problem. Come here. Oi, here now. Come on. Come here. There's good babies. Let's wait for these people to move. Come here, Lucy. Lucy. Come here. Now. Yeah, I mean, really, today we've had nothing. We're waiting for Pennsylvania, really. Everything. Pennsylvania, North Carolina, a few like that. They're waiting. And they're taking all day. So, and they've got to be careful. They have to be careful. Especially because you've got Trump threatening to, ignore the vote. Trying to stop the vote. Come on, what's going on? Ahead. No idea. I think we've got two people with two dogs and then another person with another dog. They just come together or something. So, and the two dogs are barky. Oh, that's the worst. Especially with Amber. Because those little dogs think they can bark. Yeah. Actually, Amber behaved herself fantastically well. Because we're coming on, you would have seen it, yeah. Coming on, those dogs come out right in front of her. She didn't bat an eyelid, really. Previously, about a year ago, she would have gone for them. But she didn't. She behaved herself very, very well indeed. That's good. She's doing better. Yep. And doggy over there. Okay, remember doggy. Over there, cool. Alright. But yeah, I'd say Senate is no idea. 48 to 47 right now for Republicans. The House, well, at the moment, Democrats are winning. Chewie, come. In the House, but not by a lot. They've not got a massive amount, more than the Republicans. If they can get just over the 50, Democrats that is, if they can get 51 seats in the Senate, with the Republicans on 49, well then if Biden wins, he's got a strong position there where he can change things. He can bring about the changes that need to happen. As I said before, if it stays the case where the Republicans control the Senate, anything the House puts through, the Republicans block. They will block it, same as they did with Obama. They blocked everything they could. They basically, for 8 years, just said no. Like the little bees that they are. Basically, scumbags. So I say, these Republicans, they're going to hell. Going to hell in the handcart, basically, these people. Every single one of them. The way they behave is disgusting. Absolutely, completely, blinking disgusting. The way they can see this president who's on the Republican ticket, but not Republican really, but he's on the Republican ticket. They let him get away with stuff that they would never, ever have let Obama get away with any of that. In any way, shape or form. None of it. And yet, because it's a Republican, it doesn't matter, does it? The hypocrisy with these people is just ridiculous. The levels of hypocrisy with the Republicans. I mean, Democrats, in a way, should be less straight by the dice. Because they are pretty much straight by the dice in many ways. They're nowhere near as dodgy as the Republicans, but to a certain degree, if they're going to win, if they're going to keep winning, they've got to be. Because you're competing with these people that are shameful in their levels of hypocrisy and dirty dealings. Disgusting human beings. So it's like, again, what is it with the people? You vote for the Democrat person, but you vote for the Republican senators. The problem is, too many American people have no education. So they can't understand politics because they don't have any education. Because if you understand politics, one thing that you do understand is that the Senate can block anything. Because President puts forward a motion. That motion goes through the House. Once the House has agreed on it, it goes through the Senate. If the Senate says no, that's it, end of it. Gone. Unless the President wants to use an executive order. And, generally speaking, they're not going to use too many of those. No, I don't want to do that. Because it looks bad on them to do that. They're forcing things through without using the procedure that the Founding Fathers put in place to be used. But that's up to the people then. Jesus Christ, you absolute morons. If you're going to be putting someone through to make change, right, to put things back to a normal sort of way of doing things politically, you've got to give him the tools to do that. Or her. You've got to give that person the tools to be able to do it. I mean, thankfully, in most other nations, they don't have that. Like in the UK, you have the House of Commons. The House of Commons are the lawmakers. House of Lords don't really do anything. They look over it. They suggest changes that need to be made. That's it. If the House of Commons say, nope, we like it the way it was, then that goes through. And that's the way it should be. I mean, this situation in America is ridiculous. You have the president who could decide on something. You have Congress or Senate, because I suppose with Trump it was the case where the Congress wasn't on his side and would block stuff that he was trying to do. Yeah, because if the Congress is Democrat and the president is Republican and the Senate is Republican, the Congress can block things so it doesn't even go anywhere near the Senate. Or they can filibuster so much stuff onto it. You add little bills on or filibuster it. Filibustering doesn't work so much now as it used to. Because filibustering meant you would talk until the time allotted to vote on the bill had passed. So therefore the bill was dead. Because you'd be talking. Now that doesn't seem to happen anymore. They put in things in place to make sure it doesn't. But what they do, they add stuff on. So if you've got a bill, for example, Trump put that bill in for the middle class. Now, if the Democrats had been sensible, they would have put an amendment in there to say, you can have your 10 trillion to go towards the middle class. As long as you spend 30 billion, I'll say 30 million, as long as you spend 30 million on providing contraceptives to 17-year-olds. They could do that. And of course that bill would therefore have to be either go through with that, which of course the Republicans couldn't do that. So the bill would have to be cancelled, void. Because there's no way, shape or form the Republicans would say, yeah, let's do that. They couldn't do it. The church, the right-wing church would be completely at their throats. They couldn't do it. So the Democrats should have been more clever. No, I don't think they were. I don't think they were quite so devious. But devious is sometimes a good idea. Certainly, if you want to put a message across to the Republicans in the Senate and say to them, look, when we have our people as president, if you try and block everything, when your person is in charge, we're going to make things incredibly difficult. You want to play this game? We will play it. But we will play it to our benefit, okay? We won't just block stuff. We will put all the policies we want in those bills. Then push them through. Go on. Because of course they wouldn't. But that may be something that could teach the other side, stop playing stupid games. Because if you play stupid games, maybe the stupid games will be played on you, right? That's the reality. Of course it is, yeah. Ah, there you go. It's one, isn't it? Yeah. That's annoying. It is annoying. Because you can do it from a Christian point of view. And the problem is Democrats have been doing that, but that's why they keep on losing. That's why when they do get in power, they can't do anything. So what's the point of being in power, really? You know? Obama was in power for 8 years. Now, he got through his healthcare system, just squeaked it in, but it wasn't perfect because of the fact that the other side stripped it of a lot of stuff it needed. And because it took so long to get it through, because of what the other side, the lies they were telling about it, they weren't able to perfect it. So therefore Trump comes in, cancels it straight away. So what exactly did Obama achieve in his time there, in 8 years? Nothing. And nothing because of the Republicans. The Republicans made sure in the House and the Senate that Obama could do nothing. That in that time he was in control, he couldn't really do anything of any significance. And the reason why is quite simple. If they allow the Democrat to go in there and do marvellous things, is their party ever going to get elected again? Not for a flipping long time, is it really? And I'm Mollie Collie, how you doing, Bubs? No, that's it, not for a long time. And that's because of the fact that when it comes down to it, people look at the parties and look at what the parties have done. And they stick with a party. That party's been doing good stuff and they're still doing good stuff. However, what they will do is, they stuck with Obama because of the fact that with Obama, at least he was a good speaker. A very good speaker. So they stuck with him because he was a good speaker. And because they had the hope that, this affordable healthcare system that he was bringing would be brilliant and would be something that would stay. Because of course a lot of people believe that the Republicans had no one really to challenge the Democrat in the next election anyway. So therefore whatever Obama put in would stay. But of course, then who did the Republicans put forward? Hillary Clinton. And of course so many people were just ignoring the fact of this woman and her character and focus on the fact that she was purely a woman and she would be the first female president, and that's what it was all about. So look, if you want the first female president, there's far better females that you could have put forward to do that, really. You can see the bats. You might not be able to see, there's bats flying around. Not sure, they move around pretty quickly, so I'm not sure if you see them. If there's any vampires, I'll let you know. Lots of bats, but no balls. Come on, this way. Wait. Come on, this way. People, those two yappy doggies are behind us, so. Come on, this way. Leave it, Mollie. Come. Come, Bubba, go. There's a good girl, Mollie Collie. Just the walkies, okay? No stickies today. We just get back to the car and get back home and have dinky. Yeah. Oh, the tarp is needing work as well. Just had to go and do a bit earlier because one part of the frame was a bit lower, so therefore the water was just coming off. Wasn't actually going into the buckets. Tons of water going on top of the tarp, but all coming off to the side. That side was supposed to be higher so that it would all go down into the area there. But it wasn't working, it wasn't going there at all. So not good. So, yeah. Then on the other side, I noticed today, because of the wind, and also because I put cardboard underneath to try and save these cardboard boxes, it's ripped. And that's a pain in the butt, because it's like, well, how on earth do I deal with that? I have to put a new bit there, but It's a pain because the only way I can put a new bit there is to put it under, not over. Which means I've then got to take off so many bits to get that done. So I could do it. No, leave it. Come, this way. This way. No big stickies, okay? We don't need big stickies. So, yeah, as I say, with the election, there's still so much we're waiting for. I think there's 5 states that are still counting. So, we'll find out. And as I say, we'll find out what happens. Because, I mean, the victory could still be quite substantial. Although Trump has got a bigger number of votes this time than he did last time. As a lot more people have voted. Even with COVID, isn't that interesting though? Even with COVID, a lot more people have voted. Because it's that important. You know, certainly with COVID, it's that important to get things sorted. You know, to not have a leader that is so blasé about it all, really. Blasé about these people dying. Aye. Although, yeah. Put it this way, the one thing that you've got to understand, if Trump loses, Trump can run in 4 years' time. Can run in 4 years' time. Because each president is allowed 2 terms. If Trump loses, he's only had 1 term. He can run again. But if he runs again, he can only have 1 term. He has to step down after that 1 term. Which really is going to be pretty pointless. And the Republican Party shouldn't allow him anywhere near it, because in 1 term you can't achieve very much at all. You really can't. In politics you need 5 to 6 years to be able to achieve anything, because you've got your opposition. You've got to first of all come up with plans and ideas as to what you're going to do. And after your plans and ideas, you're then going to persuade everyone else, your own party and the opposition party, that yeah, that's a good idea. Then you've got to formulate everything to get all that done, as in the planning process of how you're going to implement that. Now that's going to take a long time to do, isn't it, really? So, yeah, it takes a long time. But then you have other things like COVID coming up in the meantime that wrecks all your plans, you know? So, or you have wars, or you have, you know, whatever happens, terrorist attacks, where you've got to focus on that. That takes you away from what you want to be doing. So, yeah. It's all a case of, well, like, for example, Obama wanted to close Guantanamo. He wanted to close it, but he couldn't. He couldn't, because he couldn't get the legislation through to do that. Because neither party really, certainly the Republicans, would never have allowed that to happen. Because the problem is you've got to, at least to a certain degree, release those people. Some of them you've got to imprison, but you've got to try them first. The problem is, where do you try them? You've got a lady with a dog coming out here in a second, so this could be a problem. Yep. Ah, here she comes. Come on, this way. Come here. Right there. Come here. Right, come here. Chewie, here. Chewie, here, now. Chewie, come here. Amber. Oi. Come on, here. That's all right. Come on, Chewie, this way. Let's get to the car. Come on. No worries. Cheers. They should be fine now. They'll be fine now. They're going this way. Oh, you can bring them out now. You got another 2 doggies coming, but they're quite a way back. So, yeah, that lady should be okay to bring her dog in there. Once you get past the dog, these are fine. They just continue. They just focus on what's ahead. Come on, this way. Mollie. Now. Mollie. Chewie. Come on. Unless they go do that. They find someone to sniff behind. That's not helpful. I think I've got it too zoomed. Yeah, I've got it too... That's better. You see? Having it zoomed when you want it zoomed is good, but when you don't want it zoomed, it's just a bit too much. That's better. We come to the end of the walk and I suddenly realise it's a bit too zoomed. Yeah, because I zoomed in yesterday, didn't I? For the video last night, because I was zooming in to watch Amber play. Yes. Now the problem is it doesn't seem to reset itself. You know, when you go into camera again, it's still got the same zoom it had earlier, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, but I should have figured it out. Yeah, should have figured it out. I should have looked and figured it out. I looked a few times, realised that Mollie was a bit big. Mollie, was you a bit big? Was you, Bubba? You was a bit big in the video. Yeah, a bit smaller now. There you go, that's better, isn't it, eh? Chewie, Mollie, come. Come on, Mollie Collie, baby. Come on, beautiful girl. Get you in the car, shall we? There you go. Oh dear. Well, there you go. I looked at another gym earlier. That was quite an interesting point. In many ways they're better, but in many ways they're worse than the place I'm at currently. You know, their arrangement of weights is better. As in free weights, dumbbells. But so much of what they've got is just nowhere near as good. You know, so yeah. It's what it is. That's a big car, that is. L3's son. Obviously they've got a bit of money. Private number plate. That looks like a hearse, doesn't it? That's a massive car. That's obviously Volvo's version of the Freelander. By the looks of it, yeah. And you go, yeah, that's a big car though. Massive. Aye, nicer. Sturdy. Look at the size, look at the thickness of that wheel. That's a thick wheel, that is. Jesus. Compared to mine. They're massive. Oh, well, there you go. Right, you take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.